Hey guys, it's Glenn from glenscarcollection.com, and our top 10 rides of the year continue today with number 8. I went through 100 videos to narrow it down to these top 10 cars. These are top 10 cars that I drove this year that I would buy and put in my garage with my own money. Leave a comment below and let me know which cars you would buy with your own money and keep in your garage. Give me your top 3. Remember to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss these extra 10 videos. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and this is the top 10 in order with number 1 on Friday, December 30th. So here it is, number 8, the 991 GT3 RS. Guys, it's Glenn from glenscarcollection.com, and we're driving a GT3 RS. All right, so I had said when we did the 2019 GT3 RS, let's put it in manual mode here, that Tim at DCH Acura would give me a higher mileage one to drive, and we do. This one is a 2016. Oh, my first acceleration in a GT3 RS. This is a 2016 RS in beautiful lava orange. This color has grown on me. Next to Miami blue, which I have on my car, I would say this is my favorite Porsche color. Oh boy. Oh, now it's only 48 degrees, but it was 15 degrees last Saturday, so I waited for a sunny, warm winter day to drive this car. This is my dream car. They say never meet your heroes, so let's see if this car is worth being my hero. So we got a flat 6, naturally aspirated with an 8,800 RPM redline, 500 horsepower, 0 to 60 according to Porsche in about 3.1 second. Rear drive, and this car is as light as they can probably make a 991, 3,135 pounds. We actually have staggered wheels. We got two 65/20s in front. In the rear, we have three 25/21, so 20 and 21s. And we have center lock wheels. We're driving in manual mode. We'll go over the features. We're going to take this for a quick spin. After about 5 minutes, we'll pull over, go over all the features, and then we'll hit some good driving roads on the way back. So while we're waiting for this up, here we go, green light. While we're waiting, there goes the license plate. While we're waiting for that green light, make sure to hit that subscribe button. You want me to see me drive cars like the GT3 RSs and exotics? Get me more subscribers. Get me to 20,000 subscribers. Hit that like button and notification bell. Only 10% of you have actually hit that notification bell. And always leave a comment below. You know car friends, you have other car enthusiast friends, share this video with them. All right, so this is a 2016, so this is a 991.1. It was only made in 2016, the RS models. The GT3s, the 991.1s, which is the first generation .1 of the 991 GT3, were made in 14, 15, and 16. RS came in the last year, model year 2016. 991.2 911s, like I have my 2017, the GT3s came out in 18, the RS came in 19. All right, so we're gonna downshift, we're in manual mode. Take it to some twisties here. Oh, now we got the sport mode on. We're leaving traction control and everything on. Stability control, it's not my car. Let's see how it does the S-turns here. Now we have Cup 2 tires, so even at 48 degrees, they're not that great. I have to be mindful of that. The rear view mirror basically shows me the spoiler. If there was a police behind me, I wouldn't be able to see their light bar with that big, gigantic wing in the way. But you know what? When you drive a GT3 RS, who cares what's behind you? All right, now we're doing the gears manually, so the paddles are nice, they're metal, and they're on the steering wheel, so they turn with the steering wheel. No buttons on the steering wheel for radio controls, Bluetooth, third left blank, because this is a serious driver's car, and obviously also to save a couple ounces of weight. Oh man, oh man. I like this car, I like this car. Oh my. Now this car also has a front axle lift, which I've already used to get out of the driveway of the dealership. The ride is rough. This is at least double the stiffness of my 911 Carrera. New Jersey roads are horrible, probably one of the worst roads in the country, except I would say my experience in New York City is worse. So you do feel every bump. All right, the light is green. Let these cars go first. Now these cars were in the 180s base price. Most of the cars option out like this probably had an MSRP of 230 or 240. Low mileage cars, 5,000 miles, probably sell for at least that. This car's been driven. It's got 27,700 miles. And we'll be adding a few more today. And worth every penny. Bravo to whoever owned this car previously, because you did a great job putting miles on this car. This was not a garage queen. It looks like it has PPF all along the front. The paint looks in perfect shape. You would think this car had 5,000 miles on it. All right, so now let's pull over and we'll go over a lot of the features. All right, guys, here we are, the 2016 GT3 RS in Lava Orange. I think this may have been the first year for Lava Orange. I'm not sure. Comment below if you know. Center lock wheels. Now we see red brake calipers, so that is steel brakes. That's actually, I would order it. I don't like the ceramics. I like them for the track, but then they wear fast on the track. Here you need the special Porsche tool in order to change your own tires. We have real active aero here. So between all the wings and the inlets, we have 700 pounds of downforce at 125 miles an hour. Most cars have lift at that speed. I remember the Lotus, I think my Exige maybe had 100 pounds of downforce at that speed. This is 700, amazing. That's why it sticks so well. Now it's a cold winter day, even though I don't have a jacket on, and I consider this 48-degree weather, which is like shorts here in northern New Jersey, but we still have Cup 2 tires, again 21, so 30 21s, 325s, and in the front we have 265 35s, 20, so they are staggered all around. Beautiful color. I love this lava orange next to Miami blue. This is probably my next favorite color. Now look, Porsche did everything to save weight. They don't even have an emblem here. This is a sticker, guys, a sticker. That saves an ounce, I'm sure. All right, and we have the carbon fiber buckets. GT3 RS is only a 2-seater, so the back seat is deleted, so your kids will have to, I don't know, not come with you, I guess. Carbon fiber everywhere here. I'm getting too old to sit in these seats. All right, so let's start her up. We'll put our seatbelt on first. So a couple interesting things here is we have sport exhausts. We have the nose lift, which is very important. Shocks, it's already a stiff ride and comfort setting, so I'm not going to put that on. That's really for the track. We could shut the electronic stability control off, ESC, or also traction control. Again, we're not going to do it in the cold weather. There's actually a pit speed limiter. So if you pull into the pits and they tell you 15 miles an hour, 25 miles an hour, you could sit that and just hit that button just like a real race car. And of course, we're going to drive with the PDK in sport. And I think we're going to do our own shifts like we did before. All right, so lava orange seatbelt, which is always cool. I wish my car had Miami blue seatbelts to match my exterior. 2 keys, just like mine. All right, so let's start it up. Wow, listen to that. Now we're going to press sport exhaust, because that's the only way to drive. And we're going to put the PDK in sport. We're low on gas, so we can't go too crazy. Parking brake is always here, electronic. Like every RS model, you have the door pulls. Cayman R has that too. The 964 RS America. Everything to save weight, like I mentioned before, with the steering wheel. No buttons here. This probably saves a couple ounces as well. Except for the very stiff ride, it really acts like a regular Porsche. So let's go in PDK first, see how PDK shifts, and then we'll go back into manual mode. So in manual mode, it shifted perfect. The new PDK is so good. All right, so let's get going here. Little creep at low speed. Remember, it's not a torque converter automatic, so you see the shakiness as I back off the gas there. So we're ready in PDK Sport. Now it shifted for us at 4,000 RPM. Torque is about 330, give or take 330 foot-pounds. So again, it's making its power by building revs. I think peak torque is all the way up 6,000, 6,700 RPM, if I remember correctly. You could feel the bumps. These are bumpy roads to begin with, but you really, really feel it in this car. Now it's probably going to be somewhat efficient. We're in, so it was telepathic. As I approached the turn there, it did downshift me into second. Now, when I drove the 992 Turbo, that was a 2022 model, so that was really telepathic, that GT3. I'm sorry, that Turbo. That this is very good. You know, every iteration, they're going to get a little better PDK, so the 2019 is going to be a little better. The 2022, the 992 is going to be even phenomenal. But they said this is the first PDK that's really exceptional, and so far I have to agree with that. So as soon as we hit the brake, and I know it was a traffic light here, when we dropped under 30 miles an hour, it shifted me in second, and now it's actually downshifted to first. It'll do an automatic rev match there. All right, so enough of that. PDK works fine. So let's actually put it where I have to do the shifts, and we'll go back to that windy road. Oh man. I would love to get this on a back road, a closed road, where I could go any speed, but... All right, so now we're gonna come to some twisties. Again, we're on Pilot Sport Cup 2s, which work great when it's 80 degrees in the summer, not so much when it's 40 degrees in the winter. All right, so now I have to downshift down into second. It's gonna rev match you perfectly because it's PDK. Now this car probably, most cars understeer here, and that's why I drive them here so we can see their handling characteristics. And this car has literally no understeer. It stays flat in this cornering. We'll have a sharp turn coming up, and it just handles the road completely flat as if it was a race car. Now it is very stiff in here, like I said. This is probably twice as stiff as the equivalent turbo. Downshift to second, we're gonna turn, no understeer at all, turn right in. Obviously there's negative camber on this car, making that happen. So we're actually, you know what? I'm supposed to film 3 cars today, and I don't even really care about the other ones, to be honest. So I am going to, all right, so we put us into first there automatically when we came to that stop. I'm gonna drive this one a little longer, sorry, Tim. So now, if I won Powerball, would I get a GT3 RS? Yes, I would buy this car immediately because I love the color lava orange. And you know what? If I won Powerball, won $200 million, the first thing I would buy is a GT3 RS, probably this, a 2016, because I think the value's there. And I would also buy 992 GT3 in manual, since this doesn't come with a manual transmission. Now, I could buy both of those today at DCH Acura in Verona, so check them out. You just came into money and you want to buy those 2 cars, do it. Do it, do it, do it. Now, the 2019 GT3 RS, the one in lizard green, a common comment, and some of my friends told me on the side, hey, we want to see you drive that. We want to see you drive that. And I couldn't. It was 400 miles. And believe it or not, the car sold before I could even post the video. I filmed it, and like the next day, the car was gone. So by the time you saw the video a couple days later, it was already with its new owner. So it was probably good that I didn't drive it. This one, I could drive it, like I said in that video, because it has 27,700 miles. So this car's been driven. And you know what? Cars are more reliable when they're driven. You can get them for a cheaper price. This is the only GT3 that I know of that you can get for under $200,000. And you know what? You could drive this all you want and not lose any money. Traction was a little limited there, but this car is fast. Porsche claims 0 to 60 in 3.1 seconds. So that's as fast as my McLaren 570S. And the only downside, like I said, with this big wing in the back, I have no idea if I did that in front of police or not, so. We're gonna take those twisties one more time. Tim said to drive it and enjoy it, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm probably never gonna get another chance to drive a GT3 RS, so I'm gonna make the most of it. If this video is a few minutes longer, it's good for me because I got to drive it, and it's good for you because you got to hopefully experience what it's like. So now our RS model's collectible. Well, every car is selling for top dollar nowadays, but cars like the RS or manual GT3s, they're gonna continue going up. Even if they're gonna set back a little bit next year or the year after when prices come back to normal, they're not making any more 2016 GT3 RSs. They're not making any more, you know, or very limited supply of manual GT3. So both of those cars, whether it's an RS in auto or a regular GT3 in stick, I think are going to continue to go up in value. There'll always be fluctuations based on what happens in the economy, so it'd be unrealistic to say that it'll always go up every single year. Does the S&P 500 go up every single year? No, but most years. All right, so now we're going to downshift to second. And I'm short shifting a little just because I know I don't have the grip here. Nice R32. I think we just made his day. Oh man, oh baby. Got to watch out for the pedestrians here. So we're going to turn around and come back down the hill. Otherwise, you know, the interior reminds me a lot of my car. The 991.1s have a worse navigation. They still have the touchscreen. I think mine is more intuitive. Mine, you can get Apple CarPlay, but who cares? That's not why you're buying the car. 2019 GT3 RS would cost you a lot more money. Now, when these came out in 16, they were selling well over stickers. So let's just say 180 was the base price. I'll see if I can turn around here. Yes. Say 180 was the base price. And most of them had an MSRP of $230, $240, probably $230 for the steel brake cars, $240 for the ceramic brake cars, because that was like an $8,000 option, give or take. And they were selling in the threes. I remember sitting in a Porsche showroom, and I think they had the purple one, the ultraviolet, and they wanted about $350 for that car. And people were paying $350, $330. They were in the threes for a long time, probably until the economy collapsed in 2020 because of the pandemic. So now these cars, I noticed they're in that 240 range. This one is under 2 because of the mileage. And this is what I would get, because I think you could honestly put 5,000 or 10,000 miles on the car, especially if you want to track it, and you're not going to change the value at all. And I think because in RS, the value will still go up. So you could really, if you can afford to buy this car, even after you pay the sales tax, and you hold it long enough, which may be 5 years, you could sell this car and get all your money back. So when you could drive an RS Porsche for free, I would definitely do that. All right, so that was the best handling car on those S-Res I've ever driven. And I've driven the new NSX there. I've driven R8s, Lamborghinis, McLarens, new Corvette, and hands down, this was the best. All right, so now let's drive in PDK Auto and see how that does. All right, so we're in second at 25. It's keeping in gear because it thinks that I want to go. So we're going to put PDK in normal. We're taking it out of sport mode. Sport mode's holding the gear. So we're in fourth and 40, fifth at 42, sixth at 43. So it already got us to a high overdrive gear at 40-something miles an hour. Now, if we wanted to accelerate, I wouldn't be surprised if it drops us 2 to 3 gears. Probably 3 gears would be my guess. All right, so now if we were in 6th gear at 39, we hit the gas. Oh, wow, so it dropped us 4 gears there. I don't want to accelerate because there's other cars. But so it dropped us from 6th to 2nd. So there's no harm in actually driving PDK Auto, because what happens there is, you know, you're getting as most fuel efficiency as you can since we're low on gas. And also what's happening there is power is a split second away. We can just hit the gas and it'll already drop us to 2nd. I don't know if people are going straight here or not. So the only downside, obviously it's an expensive car because of the price, is just you really feel on these roads. So the roads where I do my drives on Sunday morning, those roads are even worse shape than these roads that I'm driving now. So if I drove these cars on those roads, it would probably beat me up. It would be a surreal experience, but when I get out, I would probably be sore. So my only advice to you would be make sure you fit in these seats. With my winter jacket on, it would be tough. I'm just wearing a hoodie, so actually I'm fine with that right now. And enjoy. If I could buy, so don't meet your heroes. Was this car my hero? Yeah. This is probably one of my all-time favorite cars ever. After driving it, do I still feel the same way? Abso-freaking-lutely. So see Tim at DCH Acura in Verona, New Jersey. Newer used Acura, he's got 80 exotics in stock. Buy from him, and thanks so much, Tim, for supporting the channel, and thanks so much for you guys for supporting the channel by liking, share, subscribing, and make sure to leave a comment below. Would you take this or a new 992 GT3 in manual or whatever, or a 992 GT3 compared to this? Obviously, the 992 GT3s are selling for 100, 125 over sticker, so they're going to come down to earth, while this car is going to keep going up in value. If you had $200K to spend, you couldn't even probably touch a 992 GT3, though you can buy one of these cars, and it would be a good investment. Let me know what you think of that in the comments. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you next time.